7 Laws of Dark Psychology and Manipulation, Part 2. In Part 1, we exposed 4 powerful laws of dark psychology, the same laws used by manipulators, corporations, and even governments to control people without them realizing it. But what if I told you the most dangerous manipulations are the ones you never see coming? You know that moment when you think you're making a free choice, but in reality, someone has already decided for you? Yeah, that's what we're about to uncover. Let's begin with Law 5. Most people believe they have free will. But what if I told you that in many situations, your choices were never actually yours? This is the illusion of choice, a technique where people are given multiple options, but all of them lead to the same outcome. Think of elections. You're given 2 candidates, but both are backed by the same corporations. You feel like you're making a decision, but the system was designed so that either way, the real power stays in control. Ever noticed how every fast food place offers almost the same menu? You think you're picking freely, but the decision was made for you before you even walked in. But what happens when the people in power don't just control your choices, but control your thoughts? Law 6. Repetition programming. There's a reason why advertisements repeat the same slogans over and over, why politicians keep saying the same phrases, why media cycles push the same stories every day. It's called repetition programming, a dark psychology technique that turns lies into truth. Psychologists call this the illusory truth effect. The more you hear something, the more your brain starts accepting it as reality, even if it's false. Think about how social media algorithms work. They keep showing you the same types of content, reinforcing your beliefs until they become unshakable. Ever caught yourself singing a song you hate just because you heard it 10 times? That's your brain, hijacked by repetition. And if repetition can control your thoughts, what happens when it controls your entire identity? Law 7, the mirror effect. The most dangerous manipulators aren't the ones who argue with you. They're the ones who become you. This is called the mirror effect, a powerful tool in dark psychology where manipulators reflect your emotions, beliefs, and behaviors, making you trust them instantly. Studies show that when someone mimics our body language and speech, we subconsciously feel closer to them. This is why salespeople, cult leaders, and even dating scammers use mirroring to break down defenses. Ever felt an instant connection with someone and then later realized it was all an act? You weren't crazy, you were manipulated. So now that you know the 7 laws of dark psychology, what can you do to protect yourself? Now that you know these laws, you'll start seeing manipulation everywhere, in advertising, in relationships, even in politics. But knowing is only the first step. The real power comes in resisting. When you recognize emotional exploitation, pause before reacting. When faced with false choices, step back and look for the hidden hand guiding them. And when someone is mirroring you too perfectly, ask yourself, are they trying to gain my trust or my control? The only way to not be a pawn is to understand the game. This was just the beginning. If you want to learn how to turn the tables on manipulators and master the psychology of influence yourself, check out our next video on how to defend against manipulation. Click below and take back control.